The war between Ukraine and Russia dates back to 2014, when Russia invaded and annexed Crimea, and Russian-backed separatist rebels took control of some sections of Ukraine's Donbas area in the southeast. Putin has maintained for a long time that Russia and Ukraine are one and the same people. But Ukraine is a sovereign nation in its own right, complete with its own language, culture, and political system. Even while the two countries do have a history that connects them, Ukraine has battled very hard to maintain its own identity. On the 24th of February 2022, Russia launched a military invasion of Ukraine. This is one of the largest wars that Europe has seen since World War II. Since then, political alliances have played a significant role in reshaping Europe's map. Exactly what does it entail to be a part of historical events as they unfold? Let's check it out. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Make sure you like the video and share it with your friends. Simply put, we are always living in the past, but sometimes things take on a different feel, and you know that the outcome will have a major impact on the future. The conflict in Ukraine is a prime example of this type of event, with far-reaching consequences regardless of its outcome. It has already prompted a substantial change in the way European countries like Germany, France, Finland, and Sweden think about their own defense. All of this should make us pause and reflect on not only the course of history, but also on how precarious our world is and how easily things we take for granted, like democracy, can be toppled. The Ukrainian conflict escalated from a conventional war fought when the world was still reeling from the effects of the nuclear age. Quickly, it morphed into a hybrid conflict involving non-state actors, sparked sanctions against Russia as part of economic conflict, and evolved into a war over the availability of energy. Russia attempted to deprive its adversaries of as much power as possible by limiting or completely abolishing the energy supplies to those sides with the West, and the West attempted to limit Russia's economic gains by limiting the cost of energy and coercing non-compliant states. This whole fiasco resulted in a geopolitical tug-of-war between the West and some factions of the Northeast. Even while Russia and Ukraine continue their hybrid war on the ground, the United States and its NATO allies are waging their own war against Russia in the economic, informational, diplomatic, and political spheres. The existing reality. Since the drone attacks on Crimea and the Black Sea Fleet, as well as the sabotage of both Nord Stream pipelines and the bridge to Crimea, the war is at its peak. With threats spanning multiple domains, including nuclear assertions and allegations, satellite references, energy grid targeting, and cyber attacks. After 9 months, this has given it a fresh impetus to move forward. Chairman of the United States Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark A. Milley recently addressed the public about the realities of the military situation in Ukraine. He called for diplomacy and discussions, which requires careful thought from American decision-makers, NATO followers, and Zelensky. Ukraine claims its counteroffensives are successful, giving them hope that they may recapture all lost territory without having to negotiate with the Russians. This hope is predicated on the assumption that Ukraine will receive continuous financial and military backing from the US-led NATO. Although this is a dangerous bet to make, the West is ready to take this gamble. As with the United States, Russia sees it as worthwhile to redeploy, consolidate, and hold its victories thus far until the winters begin stinging the opposing parties beyond tolerance. There is little clarity on the end state either side wants to accomplish in order to end the war. Hence, the battle is growing to encompass attacking dual-use key infrastructure, the energy system, clandestine operations, and increased media war, a psychological offensive, and the deployment of mercenaries. Both sides have bombarded Zaporizhzhia nuclear station, and both sides have been expressing alarm to the impotent IAEA. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine between the world's major powers has made everyone more vulnerable to inflationary pressures and caused an unparalleled energy and food catastrophe. both of which the international community desperately wants to resolve. Since Russia has not yet accomplished its strategic goals, the negotiations appear to be challenging. The political elite of the United States-led NATO sees a continued proxy war as a way to achieve their goals without bearing any of the responsibility for the resulting casualties. As a result of Russian aggression, NATO is increasingly considering welcoming Finland and Sweden into the alliance, two countries with robust armies that may help safeguard its northern flank. As a result, Russia may see its land border with NATO expanded by more than 1,000 kilometers if Finland were to eventually join the alliance. Since the West has used economic coercion, Russia has resorted to energy coercion in the current phase of their offensive. The Pentagon appears to be accepting reality, but the US surrogate, Zelensky, is having a hard time accepting it. Will the United States-led NATO see any value in moderating him after the Poland incidents so that they can go to the negotiating table? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. Good day.